Also Nollen here. Thanks for joining me. In this episode, I'll show you how to change the strings on your classical guitar. Your acoustic guitar strings will age gradually and need periodic replacing. Even if you do your best to clean your hands before playing, clean your strings after playing, keep the strings in tune, and store your guitar in an ideal climate, your strings will wear out. Your strings should last about 3 months. They may need changing much sooner. They may last much longer, depending on several factors, including how corrosive your fingers' perspiration is, how much you sweat, how you clean your strings after playing, how much you play, how hard you play, and the environment that you keep your instrument in. Your strings have an elastic property to them. In time, they will lose their ability to stretch and hold an even tension along the length of the string. Symptoms of this problem are the strings will be stubborn to tune, they will be difficult to keep in tune, and as your strings age, they'll lose their shiny color. They'll appear duller, darker, and noticeably tarnished in places. The tone quality of the string will sound a little duller. If your strings tarnish over time, they'll feel rougher. Now, if you're ready to change your guitar strings, I'm going to show you how to do that. The first recommendation that I have for you is to take your guitar to either a professional guitar technician, a luthier, or a guitar teacher to have them recommend the proper string tension, string gauge, and string set for you and your guitar. If you choose to replace your strings with a different gauge than what you have on your guitar, it may feel a little different, and your guitar may need adjustments to correct for the change. And for that, you can take that to a luthier or a guitar technician. If you select a string set that is similar or identical to the strings that are currently on your guitar, then we will proceed with changing them here. Before we begin, have the following tools ready. Your spare set of strings, string winder, pair of wire cutters, a microfiber cloth, and for maintenance we're going to use 4/0 steel wool, a little lemon oil or mineral oil, and a cotton cloth. Okay, if you're ready to change the strings on your classical guitar, the first thing you want to do is remove the old strings. You can do that by loosening them at the tuning machines by finger until they're completely slack, until they won't produce a pitch anymore. Or you can use peg winder or string winder to undo them, which I'm going to do here. Next, we can take the wire cutters and cut them just over the sound hole. And I'm going to hold the strings down so they don't fly away, and we are in control of the strings. And just like so. And from the bridge, just pull them out, just like so. And then we'll just unravel them here at the headstock. Now, if your guitars come with a pair of needle nose pliers, that can come in pretty handy. You can get right into the tuning post and just pull it right out like so. Nice and easy. And again, you can do this from the front side or the back side. It won't matter too much. I'm going to pull away the excess string. Pull on this piece that is in the post. Straight out it comes. And there we go. Now with all the strings off, we're going to do a little maintenance. With the 4/0 steel wool, and we're just going to take this across the fretboard, side to side. In a zigzagging pattern. Up the fretboard and back down. Just a gentle rub, and then once over lightly with the grain. And if you're concerned about getting any dust into the sound hole or any of these little fibers into the sound hole, you can cover it up with paper. You can also use blue masking tape to cover this up. You can just blow off the excess dust. Some players will prefer to use compressed air, otherwise a cotton cloth will do just nicely. Next, using a little lemon oil or mineral oil, we'll put a little dab on the cloth. And remember, a little goes a long ways with this. And same as we did with the steel wool, just rub it in a zigzagging pattern up the neck or up the fretboard. Back down. And right across. And then we'll also use that same cloth, the dry side, wipe off any excess. And this is just to condition the fretboard. Now, if your guitar is in an excessively dry climate, consider purchasing a sound hole humidifier, something like that. Now, while we have the strings off also, after having done the fretboard maintenance, we cleaned the frets, we did the conditioning of the fretboard. Now for those hard to reach areas with the strings off, we can just take a microfiber cloth and just a gentle rub. and anywhere else there needs to be. Okay, your string package should clearly label which strings go where. And by the way, this is just the string package, string set, string manufacturer that I like. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. You should have a luthier, guitar technician, or guitar teacher help you decide what string set is best for you. And one of the things I do like about the D'Addario Pro Art string sets is that they come labeled pretty clearly. E, first string. B, second string. G, third string. D, fourth string. A, fifth string. And E for your sixth string. We'll install them one at a time. First thing you want to do, give them a little twist. Gently unravel them. And you can pull those tags right off. It's a gentle tug. That's all you need. And let them gently unravel. Next, you want to line it up. First string at the first hole at the bridge. Push it through here. And give it about an inch and a half or about a finger's length distance out from the bridge. And that's the part you'll wind around. And if you can look a little closely there, it's once, through itself, through the knot hole, twice, holding that end, a little pull to the other side, there. And we'll wind these at the headstock after we've wound them all at the bridge. All right, second string, pull that tag right off, unravel it, and right through the second hole in the bridge it goes. Again, about a finger's length distance, tie it around, through the knot hole once, back around twice, hold that end, pull the other end through, good and snug, and we'll let that sit there. Third string, pull that right off, unravel it, and through the third hole on the bridge, and about a finger's length distance there, and we'll tie that around itself once through the knot hole, twice, hold that end, tug on this end, there it is. And the fourth string, this is a wound string, so you want to be careful to unravel it gently. All right. And through the fourth hole on the bridge, get about a finger's length distance, round, once through the knot hole, twice through the knot hole, hold that end, and a little tug. Fifth string, unravel it gently. And by the way, This little piece of plastic that sits in the bridge, it's called the bridge saddle. It will come loose and come out. You can literally pull it out, put it right back in. No harm, no foul. All right. Okay, and again, about a finger's length distance. Around, through the knot hole once, through the knot hole twice. Hold that end, pull the other end, a little tug, and we'll let it sit just like that. And for the 6th string, unravel it gently. And then through the 6th hole on the bridge. It's again about a finger's length distance around itself. Once through the knot hole. Twice through the knot hole. Hold that end. Give a little tug. And there we go. And now that they're around the bridge, we'll tie the other ends at the headstock. Okay, we'll take the 1st string, thread it through the 1st string post. I'm going to pull it all the way tight. And again, from this side you can see about 2 posts length. We're going to bring it back and then we'll begin winding. And once it's about around, once you can hold that tight, put a little tension on it, and guide it through. And with the other hand, I can reach underneath here and give it a little spin. Into the center. And we're not going to worry about getting it perfectly in tune just yet. Now for the 2nd string, same thing. Thread it through the 2nd post. And pull it all the way tight. Give it about a finger's length distance. Measure that off. Bring it back. Hold it gently but firmly. And with the other hand, wind it around, spiraling to the center. And we'll put just enough tension to leave it to where it'll make a pitch or make a sound. And we'll stretch it out once we get it primed. And once all the strings are on, then we can stretch the strings and cut off the excess with the wire cutters over here. 3rd string into the 3rd post. And again, you can measure off about a finger's length distance. Bring it back. Hold it firmly, but gently. You may have to hold it right there at the post. And then you can wind it right around here. Now the fourth string into the fourth post. Again, 1.5 inches, a couple inches, about a finger's length. And I'll bring that back here. And then wind. And bring it to spiral in towards the center of the headstock. And the fifth string through the fifth post. Pull all the way tight. Give it about 1.5 inches. Measure it off. Bring it back. And then wind it. Towards the center of the headstock. And the sixth string through the sixth post. All the way through. About a finger's length distance. Measure it off. Bring it back. And then wind. And there we go. Now from here we can cut off the excess strings right up to the post. There we go. Okay, now we'll tune the strings. First string to an E. Second string to a B. Third string to a G. Fourth string to a D. Fifth string to an A. Sixth string to a low E. Now the next step is a very important step in getting your strings in tune and to help them keep in tune. And what we're going to do, now that we've brought the strings up pretty close to perfect pitch, is stretch them out a little bit. And if you take the string right about 12th fret, give it a little pull up. You don't want to tug too hard, but just a gentle and firm stretch. And then you can do that along the length of the string. Just give it a firm but gentle tug. Okay, now we'll bring the strings back up to pitch. See all the slack that you heard between this pitch and what it used to be? That would have otherwise taken a little extra time to tune. And again, we'll stretch the strings one more time. Next, we'll give the string a second stretch along the length of the string. And we'll bring it back to pitch one more time. And voila. Now this guitar is ready to play. All right, freshly strung, ready to play, looks good, feels good, sounds good, it's perfectly in tune. I hope these tips have been helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me right here, russell@russellnollen.com. Thanks for joining me here. I look forward to seeing you again in the near future.